Good morning, everybody. Wanted to do a little bit of a walk around update on the Sportster drag bike build. This is the final video before we begin the wiring process. So wanted to show you guys some of the things that have been installed since the last video. I did complete the air shifter. That is done. You guys can see you got your little spring-loaded deal here so that the thing can float. Made a nice little bracket right there. Did have to modify the shifter a little bit, and if you can see the nut inside, this comes through, that is pinned right there so it can't back out. Air bottle here, I've got it velcroed in, and I've got this hose clamp on here temporarily. I need to fabricate a steel strap to go around this and bolt to the back side where the voltage regulator used to go, because I don't think the sanctioning bodies will allow this. I don't know. Hell, it ain't going nowhere. It's in there pretty tight, but I don't know that they'll allow that. So you can see the air line for the shifter going up here, and the one supply line for the bottle. They both run together. I can show you guys, if you can see in this windscreen right here, the switching valve is mounted to the bottom of the dash underneath, right there in the front, and I'm eventually going to fill this headlight in with a piece of smoked out plexiglass or something. You'll see the dash we made here, mounted to air gauge. There's my shift light from Schnitz Racing, and the electric kill. The thing is, you got to take these screws out of the top of this thing and take it off to actually adjust your kill time. It would have been nice if it just had a little pot switch or something on there, but that would be too easy. Lots of wiring hanging around. We got all the stuff from the air shift controls, my switch handle, shifter. Let's see, down here somewhere, there we go. There's the the wiring for the 2000i Dyna. So, yeah, let's see, we got the carburetor all mounted. I'm waiting on a velocity stack. I'll tell you guys, it's surprisingly hard to find a velocity stack that fits that HSR. So I had, find it here, there we go. So my Makuni came with this adapter that would adapt it to, let's say, an original bracket that went across here for an air filter. And what I did was I used the S&S intake manifold. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze here. With excuse me. With this boot. Okay, so this intake manifold flows quite a bit better than a stock one. What this kit was for a stock intake manifold that would put that carburetor in such a location where this bracket would come around and mate to this. And of course I had an S&S excuse me, velocity stack, which only 2 of the 3 bolts line up on a stock Harley deal anyway. So I wasn't real happy about that whole situation, but I shopped around on eBay and Amazon. I finally found one that's actually 65 millimeters that'll fit this outside body of this carburetor. It's only 1.5 inches long, but if you guys catch me slipping here, if I'm not mistaken, the longer the velocity stack, the more torque it produces. The shorter it is, the more it improves your top end pull speed, whatever, as far as drag racing goes. I think I remember that from messing with those things on my old Electrons back in the day. I think the shorter, and obviously a Harley already has plenty of torque and low end. It's the higher RPMs that we want to make it work better. So I think it's 1.5 inches long. It's not very long. I think it's a little bit shorter than this one. I think this is a 2-inch velocity stack. So, you know, if you're going for the cool factor, obviously you want it sticking out there and look better, but I'm not worried about what cool looks like. I'm just worried about how it runs. Again, the coil mounts through via the gas tank there, so it's just kind of hanging there. I did locate some, I want to say they're XL 8.8 millimeter plug wires, because these ones were some Amazon specials. They're just temporarily on there. I'm going to replace those with some higher quality plug wires. The fuse box installed. This is where I'm going to source my power for everything. Basically, there's going to be a this button right here is going to shut off and turn on the bike, and I'm going to screw a little eyelet in this right here, so to act as a tether, so to shut that off. And this will be the start button. I didn't put that stock switch housing on this side. I opted to buy one of these MPS buttons and make a bracket. I'm going to have to take that back off and cut some more of this material off of this side, trim it down real tight, because it is going to make contact with the gas tank right there no matter which way I turn it. So I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. But yeah, we're getting pretty close. I have to go through all the wiring instructions on all these different components and sit there and put pencil to paper and blueprint it all out. I'd like to possibly draw this all out on a big piece of cardboard for y'all, so I can break it down and explain it. For those that don't understand how you would go about doing this. But yeah, she's coming along pretty good. I guess this right here is my cut down seat with my homemade seat cover on it. You can see it leaves a little bit to be desired. It ain't the greatest it ain't the greatest seat in the world, but you see where I had to fold the material here because I just couldn't get it to pull around that shape. But it'll keep me on the bike. It's lowered and it'll work for now. Eventually, when I stretch this thing out, this is all going to go away anyway, and I'll probably have a little pan and some kind of extended tail, or might even put like a aftermarket sport bike tail section on it or something, just to, you know, take even more weight off of it, whatever. Chop the struts off and get rid of all that. But at that point, I'll install that wheel that I've got $300 in that I can't currently use. So anyway, we're getting there. So like I said, the next video will be wiring tutorial, and explain how all the different systems, or components rather, will interact and work together and be wired together. And I'll go over some practices for good wiring, so that you don't have issues down the road. So header wrap installed. I don't think that was in the last video. And I believe I'm going to try to run it with the baffle first, and then I'll probably pull it out after that, see how it does. I'm not sure if that baffle will actually slow the bike down, or it might be a good thing to have some back pressure. It's a pretty straight through design. It's not too terribly restrictive, so I may just leave it in there just for the sake of saving what little hearing I got left. There she is, guys. She is coming along. Like I said, we'll get to wiring it here real soon. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have anything you want to see related to this project, drop me a comment, and I'll be glad to do that. So y'all have a good day.